Hi everybody! Today we're going to talk about the distributive property. You have one new vocab term, and that would be the distributive property, which is when you have to multiply a number by a sum. It could also be multiplying a number by a difference, because we know that difference with subtraction really is the same thing as a sum, and so anytime you have a plus or minus problem in parentheses, you can use the distributive property. One cool way that you can think of the distributive property, it's like finding the area of a rectangle. So if you take a look at this really large rectangle here that we have, the outer edge one, how can you find the area of this rectangle? What's one way to do it? Well, since area is length times width, you could add 9 plus 20 to get the length and then multiply it by the width. Or another way to find the area of the rectangle would be to find the area of this rectangle right here, which would be 8 times 9. Then find the area of the second rectangle, which would be 8 times 20, and then add the two together. Now, if you take a look at what we have here, going from one step to the next, that is actually the distributive property. You're taking the 8 and multiplying it by 9. And then using our addition sign here, then we're taking the 8 and multiplying it by the 20. Then when you multiply and add these two together, that would be your answer. All right, so let's go ahead and practice some distributive property problems. Now on number 1, I see that I have only numbers, and we could use order of operations to solve this. You know, just add 6 plus 4 and then multiply by 2. But remember, the point of this lesson is not to use order of operations, it's to learn the distributive property. So when you get to problems where you have just numbers, I do want you to do the distributive property instead of using PEMDAS. So here I would take 2 times 6, which is 12. And then I have a plus sign in the middle, so I'm going to bring that down. And then I'm going to take 2 times 4, which is 8. Now on this one, it's just 12 plus 8, and so that means I can answer it, and the evaluated answer would be 20. Now for problem number 2, you probably noticed there's a variable. We're still going to use the distributive property the same way, except something's going to happen at the end, unlike number 1. So we're going to multiply our 4. We're going to distribute the 4. Taking 4 times 3x, we get 12x. Bringing down our plus sign, and then taking 4 times 7, which would be 28. Now when I take a look at this expression, 12x plus 28, since I have an x on this term and not on the other one, I actually can't add these two together. My final answer would just be 12x plus 28. All right, so at this time, what I'd like you to do is pause the video, try numbers 3 and 4 on your own, and then play the video to check your answer. Okay, let's see how you did. So we're going to distribute the 8 here. 8 times 5 is 40. Bring down our plus sign, and then 8 times 2 is 16, which gives us a final answer of 56. On number 4, we're going to distribute the 3. We do have this plus sign, so we know there's going to be a plus in our answer. 3 times 6x is 18x, and 3 times 9 is 27. Again, we can't combine those two because one has an x and one does not. Nice job. All right, so now let's go ahead and practice some problems that have some more negatives. And also, if you notice, like in number 5, there is a subtraction inside the parentheses. However, we're still going to solve this the same way, except instead of bringing down an addition sign, we're going to bring down a subtraction sign. So we would take 6 times 8, which is 48, minus 6 times 4, which is 24. So our final answer is 24 for number 5. Now on number 6, we want to be extra careful here because if you notice there is a negative in front of that 4. So first we're going to take negative 4 times 3, which is negative 12. Now we're going to bring down this minus sign here and then take negative 4 times 1, which is negative 4. Now, if you notice in the middle, we have a minus and a negative, so we need to actually simplify this and do a bloop bloop or a SAO, whichever way you like to call it. So changing it to plus, we end up with negative 12 plus 4, which is negative 8. So a little twist on that one. Make sure that you do simplify the minus and the negative in the middle. All right, go ahead and pause the video, try numbers 7 through 10, and then we'll meet back to check your answers. All right, let's see how you did on number 7. We're going to distribute this 3 right here. So we take 3 times 9, which is 27, minus 3 times 3, which is 9. That gives us an answer of 18. Number 8, we're going to distribute the negative 2. So negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Bring down the subtraction sign, and then negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Oops, again in the middle we have a minus and a negative, so we want to change that to plus. If you would like to rewrite it without 2 plus signs in the middle, your final answer would be negative 2x plus 10. Now if you take a look at number 9, you might notice that there's a negative sign in front and there's no number attached to it. It's kind of like when you have a variable that's all by itself, the number in front is an implied 1. So that means that in front here we actually have a negative 1, and that's what we're going to distribute. So negative 1 times negative 5x is positive 5x. Bring down our plus sign, and then negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. So we get 5x plus negative 4. And lastly, number 10, 7 times 2 is 14. Bring down the subtraction sign, and then 7 times x is 7x. So our final answer, 14 minus 7x. All right, so now what we want to do is take what we've learned and actually apply it to a real situation. For number 11, it says, 1 movie ticket costs $7 and 1 small bag of popcorn costs $3. Use the distributive property to write an expression for the cost of 4 movie tickets and 4 bags of popcorn. So we know that with the distributive property, we do have to have a sum, and then we have to have some type of number that is out front being multiplied by the sum. So how I like to think of this is we want to know first how many sets of the products do we need to buy. So we know that we're buying movie tickets and popcorn. How many sets do we need of those? It says 4 movie tickets and 4 bags of popcorn, so that would be 4 sets. And then on the inside, we just want to put the prices of the things that we're buying. So the movie tickets are $7, and then the bags of popcorn are $3. So this would be our distributive property problem. We want 4 sets of a bag of popcorn and a movie ticket. Go ahead and pause the video, try number 12 on your own, and then play it to check your answer. Okay, number 12, a soccer uniform costs $18 for the shirt, $12 for the pants, and $7 for the socks. Write an expression for the cost of 9 uniforms. So we have 9 total uniforms, 9 sets. Each set is going to consist of a shirt, a pair of pants, and a pair of socks. So there's our expression. Nice job today, everybody. We'll see you next time.